So today we're going to talk about one of my favorite fruit-dominant fragrances, and that is this guy, Rumba. Rumba was originally released in the late 80s by the House of Balenciaga. Somewhere, Myrtle Snow just caught fire. Anyway, the rights to it were later purchased by Ted Lapidus in the early 2000s, and it was relaunched by the House of Lapidus. I thought it was kind of interesting that all elements of the packaging, the bottle, the box that it comes in, etc., remained identical after the relaunch by Ted Lapidus. The only thing to change was the branding name. I wanted to make a note of something really quick. I've actually never tried the Ted Lapidus relaunch. I've only owned and worn the original Balenciaga formulation. So if you have, especially if you've worn them both, let me know how they stack up against one another. The nose behind Rumba is Jean-Claude Elena, who was the in-house perfumer for the House of Hermes for more than 12 years. You may know Jean-Claude Elena as the nose behind fragrances like Terre d'Hermès, Voyage d'Hermès, and First from Van Cleef & Arpels. How about that? The bottle that I have right now is this 30 ml bottle, and it's the Eau de Toilette. And my bottle's batch code is a little bit faded, and the ink is kind of worn off in spots, so I can only make out some of it. What I can see, it looks like 9K67 something something, and then a 1 or an I. So I can't tell exactly what year it's from, but I wish I could. And given the smell and the body of it, this is authentic, that much I can tell. The bottle itself is nice, nothing flashy or outrageous. You can hold it comfortably and steadily, and the atomizer works just fine, even after all these years. How about those accords? You may be saying to yourself, well, I'm going to give them to you. The accords, as I smell them, are fruit, and you get both fresh fruit and dried fruit. Sweet, a little tiny bit of citrus, white flora, booze, because I know where to find the boys and the booze. Yellow flora, smoke, wood, and warm spice. In the past, I used to go through all of the listed notes as well as the notes that I smell them, but that was so editing intensive, and a lot of the time I didn't catch all of the notes that were listed. It also seemed kind of like it was redundant information, so I want to streamline everything. From now on, I'm just going to give you the notes as I smell them. And in Rumba, those include plum, and it's a really rich, juicy plum. Honey, deep, deep smoky honey, I love that. Marigold, one of my favorite underrated, underappreciated elements of flora. Carnation, bringing plenty of warmth and body. There's something that smells to me like apricot, and it's listed as peach, but it's like an almost overripe apricot peach. I love that. There's oak moss here, and it's my favorite kind of oak moss. It's not that like sharp tree moss. This is like deep, smoky, true oak moss. Wonderful. You've got gardenia and lily of the valley, both creamy, both gorgeous. I love it. You've got civet doing its normal dirty tricks. I adore it. You've got a little bit of cedar. I'm just gonna say dried fruit because it smells a little bit like raisin and date at the same time.
Want a date?
Why, thank you. That's very kind of you. There's also smoky incense. There is a note that wasn't listed, but I did get a distinct like rum smell.
Bruh.
There's also some nice warm cinnamon and some heavy, dense orange blossom. What is it that comes to mind when I smell Rumba? Well, right away, a couple of colors come to mind. I get these jewel tones that come to mind right away of like a deep, deep, plummy, almost like black purple, a dark jewel tone ruby red, like a garnet red, and something like a rich orange gold, almost like a sunset or a sunrise. It smells like sexuality and sensuality. It smells like just love and loving life. Just, it makes me so happy. The words seductive, mystique, fearless each come to mind, as well as, strangely enough, the word boudoir. I just like saying the word boudoir, so sue me. There are also two other fragrances that come to mind from my collection. The first of which is another Balenciaga. This is Talisman, and the other one is Minotaur, or Minotaur, by the House of Paloma Picasso. So each one of these has elements of like a boozy accord, something like a rum or a cognac or something like that, and they've got dried fruits and oak moss and maybe a little bit of smoke. So I like the both of them. I like the both of these guys very, very much. But Rumba does what each one of them does much better. She's more vibrant, she's more vivid, more vivacious, more va-va-va-voom. I ran out of V words. And I feel like whenever I'm reaching for something in that vein, even though I have the other two, and even though I enjoy them, I'm probably gonna reach for Rumba because she just kicks so much ass. I love her. And as far as the ratings go, I'm also going to simplify the ratings that I do from here on out, just to keep things as clean and streamlined as possible. I'm going to do scent, performance, and overall. As far as scent goes, I'm going to give Rumba an easy A. There are a few different steps to this journey as the scent develops, and I love every one of them! Rumba opens up with honey and marigold soaked fruits, and again it's the like fresh fruits, like super ripe, almost overripe, on top of all of those like sticky, ultra sweet dried fruits. Wonderful. And then as it develops, all of that creamy white flora comes out, so I get a lot of the like lily of the valley and some of the gardenia. And finally, after wearing it for a handful of hours, the civet and that smoky oak moss come to the foreground, and it becomes something like dirty, sexy, sweet, smoky, warm, all of these things at the same time. As far as performance goes, I'm going to give Rumba a B. It lasts a good solid amount of time, and it projects well through the majority of the dry down. Even when it burns down to a skin scent, after like 5 hours, 6 hours, I don't even care, because the scent is so good at the tail end of the dry down that it becomes, yeah sure, it becomes more intimate, but it becomes something like a private pleasure. It's something sexy and dirty, but also still sweet at the same time. And if somebody else wants to experience that, they can come on in. They can come on in a little closer. Yeah. Overall, I have to give Rumba an A. This is one of those fragrances that I could wear for weeks on end and not become bored with it in the least. It is fantastic. I adore the scent. And despite its age, the performance of this juice is still quite good. Closing thoughts! Would I buy this again? Yes. And as a matter of fact, I just did. If you take a look, the amount that I have left in this 30 ml bottle, I just have this like little bit of the juice left. So I ran out and I got a 3.4 ounce bottle as a backup because I don't want to run out of this stuff. I think it's amazing. You know what else? I also feel that it's kind of strange to me that more people aren't talking about Rumba because it really is a gem. I understand that it might not be, the most in fashion, in vogue scent profile of the moment, but it's so damn good. It really is. If you're in any way a fan of fruit dominant fragrances with oak moss, smoke, a lot of body, plenty of curves and swerves, then Rumba is your girl. Pick up a sample, give it a shot. You won't be disappointed. It is one of my favorites. I really love this. All right, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night, and I love you. So enjoy your day. And also this insane lighting. Charlie's Angels action. Trying to get a good thumbnail. I always think that I look crazy trying to do that. Am I sweaty? Am I sweaty? Okay. Can you see that I don't know. Wink.